What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very interesting episode. As you can see, I have some very nice guests who have joined me on this episode today to discuss about the Turkish government scholarship interview. Interview emails have already been sent and some have even completed their interviews. I wish you guys good luck. Now, today we are going to ask our friends here to explain to us how the interview process went, what was their experience like, how did they dress, what kind of questions were they asked, and other necessary details so that you can also learn from them and their experiences. I'm going to start by asking them to introduce themselves, the schools they are currently studying, their departments and their countries, and afterwards we'll start with the questions. So let's start with you, Bakhrombek.
Hey, I'm Bakhrombek. I'm from Uzbekistan. I study at Ankara Yıldırım University. Yes. I study international relations and I'm currently learning Turkish. I'm at level C1.
Great. How's Turkish going?
It's good. I like it. It's fun.
Is it easy?
Yeah, it's easy considering like my language and Turkish are from the same language of family of languages, so it's easy.
I see Uzbekistan, that's right. Yes, let's meet you.
Hello, my name is Muhammed. I am Libyan. I'm studying currently at Ankara University. As you know, in the Tumer. Studying Turkish, my level is B1. It's going good. We are having an exam after Eid, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay.
We'll pass, inshallah.
I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Right. I know you speak very well, so you'll pass. Yes.
My name is AbdulMuiz. I'm from Pakistan. I will do bachelor's in political science and public administration in political science department of Ankara University. Right now I'm in Çomer and I'm at the level of B1.
Nice. How are you finding Turkish?
Yeah, it's fun but difficult as well.
It's good. Is it similar to your language in Pakistan?
No, I can't say that. It's not.
Urdu,
similar.
right?
Yes, Urdu.
Wow. All right. What about you, sister?
Alright, my name is Mfundo. I'm from South Africa. I'll be studying same as Bakhrom at Yıldırım Beyazıt, and I'm currently doing my Tomer, my level C1, and afterwards I'll be starting my master's in psychology.
Ah, that's nice. Wow.
Well, I forgot to mention something. I'm going to study medicine.
Medicine. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's hard, like, to even remember.
Good luck. Psychology, business administration, public administration, medicine, and
International relations.
Beautiful. Now, so I'm going to ask you guys about your interview and the questions you were asked, how many people interviewed you, how you felt, and just all these questions so that others can learn from it, inshallah. Now, but before that, I want to ask, when did you receive your interview emails? Let's start from you.
Yeah, I remember it was the evening of 11th June 2022 and just after the Maghrib prayer. Yeah.
June?
June.
Oh, yeah, the interview emails are sent earlier this year from what I see. I mean, last year I think the earliest was May. What about you? When did you receive
At the end of June.
At the end of June too? And you?
May, at the end of May.
May and...
End of May.
Wow, nice. Okay, so by the way, 2022 was still Corona. I think that's why things were not stable. Anyways, and when was the interview? How many days later did you go for the interview?
For me, it was about a week after.
A week after?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. For me, it was 10 days after the interview email.
I can say 8 days.
8 days?
10 days.
10 days. In my turn, I remember I had to travel to the capital for the interview.
Same.
Was it the same for you guys?
Same.
No, it was scheduled in my own city, Islamabad, which is the capital of Pakistan.
It's capital.
Yeah, same. I'm also from
I had
capital,
to go to Tripoli, which is the capital of Libya.
Libya. Okay. All right, great. Now let's go into the main part of the interview. So I'll start from you. Can you describe the environment? How did you feel when you got there? And how many students were there? And how many people interviewed you? What did you do before entering the interview room? Just basic details about that.
Okay, so we went to the test center. I wouldn't say a test center. So to the interview place. First we took tests and then we went to the interview. There were about like 30 people doing the interview with me. And all of us were applying for the same major. Yes, all for the same major, and yeah, that's because I asked them. So the test was okay, and after that we went to the interview. I was actually a bit stressed, but actually there was no reason to be stressed because the interviewers were friendly. There were 4 interviewers and a translator. So if I hadn't spoken English, she would have translated to Turkish from my own language. So yeah, the atmosphere was pretty friendly. There was no stress. and they were really nice and helpful.
That's nice. So you did your test first, right?
Yes, test first.
Mathematics test.
Math and logic, yeah.
How many questions?
30.
30.
Yes.
How many minutes?
I don't remember the time, but I do remember that I was the last one to leave the test room. It wasn't that easy. I mean, math is not mine, like it's not my cup of tea. So
I see. All right. What about you?
Like when I arrived to the capital, Tripoli, I stayed like one day to know the place of the embassy, because it was the place where the test and the interview were held. We were 15 people. At that day, we like started to introduce ourselves to each other. The atmosphere was very good, actually. First, we had the test. It was 30 questions. Our time was 45 minutes. The questions were good, depending and how you see them, but don't worry, like they are mixed between mathematics and physics and IQ. After that, in the same place, in the embassy of Turkey and Libya, the interviews started. I was the last person to enter the interviews. I had my interview with English. I was the only one to have it in English, because like when I came to the embassy, I started to speak with English, but the other students spoke with Arabic because they were a translator. 3 interviewers, 2 Turkish, 1 I think she was a female and she was like Arab.
I see.
Yeah.
So your interview took place in the embassy, right?
Yes, in the embassy.
Yeah. Like mine wasn't in. I thought it would be at the embassy, but it was like there's this Turkish middle school in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan. So it took place in that school, not at the embassy.
I see. Wow, that's good. Okay, but they told you this location in the email they sent you, right?
Yeah, my interview was also scheduled in a Turkish school in Pakistan, Islamabad, and before interview I waited around 30 minutes, and the environment was very friendly. The interviewers were also very friendly, and before the interview I was also very confused, but since I was good in mathematics, so it was not that much difficult, and there were 30 questions in the test. Unfortunately, I could only solve 25 out of 30, and out of 25 I'm pretty sure 22 were correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Could you cross-check your score?
Yes, I know I know all the formulas and the methods, and when I cross-checked at the home, it was correct.
Oh, you remember the answers and cross-checked that?
I remember the questions, and just practiced.
MashaAllah, this is not an unfortunate thing.
I practiced it a lot. Like I practiced for 1.5 months for this test, because that test was just similar like the SHOS exam, So the pattern and the type of the questions were very similar. So it was not that much difficult for me that time.
That's good.
In the interview was also it went very well, and in the starting I was confused because when I entered into the room I really forgot to say marhaba to them. That's why I was a bit confused, and they just started questions, and in the first 2-3 questions I was not confident enough, and that's why I think I couldn't answer the way I should answer to them. But after all questions I did very well.
You did very well. That's good. Lovely. So one more question. Did you ask them to see your results of the math test?
No, I asked them, but they said it is not allowed to.
It's not allowed to. Okay. Mr. Mfundo, let's hear from.
It was at in my capital city in South Africa, Pretoria, at the Turkish embassy. When I arrived there were just 3 of us, but they separated the postgrads from the bachelors, so I assumed the bachelors had another time. But it was just 3 of us, very relaxed, very chilled environment. And they called us in one by one. I remember it being very, very relaxed, very chilled. I didn't have to do any test. I don't know if that has to do with my being a master's student or studying psychology. I'm not sure, but it was pretty relaxed.
That's nice. So you had your interview on the same day with bachelor students, right?
It was on the same day, yes, but I don't know when the bachelor students came. Perhaps another time.
Do you remember how many people were there?
It was 3. It was 3 of us.
Masters, all masters.
Master's, PhD.
Master's, PhD. That's good. All right, thank you very much, guys. So now we're going to ask one very important question. What was your dressing like on that day? What did you wear? I'll start with you, AbdulMuiz.
Yeah, I was in casual dress, casual shirt and jeans, stuff like that.
Like something you're wearing?
Yeah, something like the same.
I had a hoodie on, just a plain cream hoodie and jeans. Yeah.
And
so
jeans.
casual.
Nice. And you?
Formal, men in black.
I like it, seriously.
I was wearing white shirt and jeans.
White?
Yeah, not formal.
No, that's good. That's good. All right. And now, during your interview, what do you think was the most difficult question you were asked? That you almost felt like you wouldn't be able to answer, or I don't know. Like, what was the most difficult question for you? Let's start with you.
There was a question that I couldn't answer, but I don't remember what was the question. Yeah, there was a question like that was relating to my major. They asked some kind of terminology, and I honestly didn't know the meaning. So I just said, I'm not sure I know the answer for this. So I honestly said that I didn't know the answer. And there was like an awkward silence. They were just looking at each other, writing something on their like notebooks. And then it was silent. The room was that silent. And I was like, I like reading books. Let's talk about books. So I just started like talking about my hobbies, and then we found books that we all read, and then we started discussing books, and that's how we continued the conversation.
So do you think that's honesty, not telling them that you don't know the answer? Do you think it helped in some way?
Yes, I think it helped. Like I'm always like for being honest. So I would say if you don't know something, you just like be honest. They want real you. They don't want someone who's faking.
That's nice. And afterwards, the interview went well, right?
Yeah, and after that, like interview went like really well, and they were really friendly. We discussed about different stuff. It wasn't only about like studying. We talked about books, some characters, and there was one book that I read, a Turkish book in Turkish literature. So they had also read that one, and one of them liked it. So we were talking basically about that book.
I see. That's good. Thank you. Hey, Muhammed, what about you? Did you face any difficult questions?
During the interview, actually, there were a lot of questions. But like one of the questions was about medicine itself. Like because I'm writing in my statement letter that I want to be a doctor and such things. So they asked me, what type of doctor do you want to be? I said, I want to be like a cardiologist. So they started to ask questions about the heart, since it's about the heart. How many branches does the heart have? Also about the veins, such things. Also, you can say they asked me, why did you like choose this scholarship? What was so special about the Turkish scholarship? Also, because I'm writing in my CV, like I have some like interest in technology. And I was a member of the Libyan robotics team. So they asked me, why did you choose medicine, not something related to technology? Yeah, I said like it's a hobby, like it's something outside school, something outside like my goal, and
I see.
it went smooth, to be honest.
So how did you answer the question about the cardiology related questions?
As it should be answered.
That's nice.
But they asked me something about the heart. Okay, like while I was speaking, like I put myself into a problem because like I gave a lot of details. So one of the details that I gave, they used it to ask a question. And I didn't know it, to be honest. Like, but like generally I know this question, but at the time like I forget it. Bye. It didn't come to my mind.
Were you nervous?
I cannot like say I was nervous. I cannot say I wasn't nervous. Normal, like, but you need to be confident.
Yeah.
Be confident. Like also like while me answering the question, they asked me, can we like have video for you? They like took up their phones and started to have a video, and I was just speaking with the men in black suits.
I see. That's good. So do you think you answering these difficult questions, made the remaining questions easier for you to answer? Did it affect the flow of the interview in any way?
I do not think so. No, like because as my friend said, you need to be honest, confident. Just be the person you are. Do not try to push yourself for the maximum level. Just be normal. Everything will be okay, and you can do it.
Thank you very much. All right, AbdulMuiz.
Yeah. Yes. I remember since they were asking a lot of questions related to my program. There was one question they asked me like, when political science became science. And I really knew nothing about that question. And I was completely silent that time, and the interviewer was looking at me. He was waiting for us. That time he said, any guess, any decade, do you know? Any guess about the decade? I said, 1970s? He said, no. I said, okay, what's the answer then?
Okay. This is the answer I'm talking about.
Yeah. He said, in the late 19th century. I said, okay. Then I was pretty honest, like I didn't know the answer. I said, I don't know the answer, so sorry for that. He said nothing, it's okay. And then he kept on questioning the same question related to degree. So this was the only question that I was not able to answer that time, and the rest of the interview went good.
And good. When did they ask this question? Was it at the beginning of the interview when you just entered?
No. It was in the middle, like in the middle of the interview, yes.
Okay. So what questions did they start with? I'm assuming you just walked in, you sat down.
Yeah.
How was it?
Let me tell you. In the start, they asked me to introduce yourself, and then they asked me to tell us about your family, what your father do, what your mother do, what your siblings are doing. Yeah. After that, they started questions like, why did you apply for this scholarship? Why didn't you apply for the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship? What are the reasons that you selected Turkey? What are the reasons you selected this scholarship? What are the benefits you think that we are offering to you? And after that, they started questioning about my degree. They asked questions about like the history related questions. After that, they started questions about like the problems of Pakistan, the political problems, and the other infrastructure problems, like what are the major problems and what are the possible solutions to those problems. After that, they asked me questions related to Turkish language and English language. Are you good to do you think that you will be able to study in Turkish language? That time I said yes, but right now I'm feeling yeah. So these were the questions, and also these type of the questions like
I see.
It was around 20 to 25 minutes long, and there were around 15 to 20 questions. Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. So after all this, the question about political science came.
Yes.
I see. Okay, good. Do you think these questions at the beginning made you feel relaxed? Did it made you feel welcome?
As I told you that in the start I was not confident, that's why I couldn't answer the questions like the introduction and the questions about my family. I was not able to answer that questions very well, the way I should answer. But the rest of the questions related to my degree, related to the reasons why I selected Turkey, the question they asked me about my letter of intent and future goals, that were very well. I answered all of them in very detail, like 4 to 5 minutes every question.
Oh, great. You prepared well for that,
yes.
Yeah? Thank you very much. Mr. Mfundo, how did it go for you?
Right. I think, generally speaking, my experience was a bit different from the guys. Their interviews sound very professional, very organized. Mine was like, it was very laid back. It was very relaxed. The interviews, just when I came in, made like a point, emphasized to me that it's really just about, checking that what I had submitted on the website on the dashboard corresponds, and then some other questions. So in that sense, it was very chilled. I remember it being quite short, 5 to 10 minutes maybe. And my problem was not like these specific questions that the guys got, but like just the vague questions. I remember at one point they asked me like, what do you know about Turkey? And I just, spit out some random facts, and then they just looked at me, and then I spit out more and they said, and then they moved on. So that was a bit awkward. I guess the one interesting thing is that my phone rang during that. It was on vibrate though, but obviously it was like audible. So I just took it out and killed the call. Just turned it to silent and just said sorry. I just said sorry and moved on. And soon after, one of the interviewers' phone rang. So I was like, yes. Equal, even.
We won.
And we stepped out and took the call and we continued the other interview and yeah, something like that. That was my experience.
I see. Wow. One question about the question regarding Turkey. Did you prepare for a question? That question about Turkey? Did you?
Yes. I remember the night before the interview, I was watching yourself and
Same thing.
I forgot the others' names, but I think there's two others. One's a girl, Indonesian maybe, and another guy who speaks Arabic, I think.
Brizikwan?
Yes.
And Shakib?
Exactly. Yes. I watched them, watched you guys, and then just Googled some like random facts, just for generally what's Turkey like, what's about, and that's just that.
Yeah, I also watched your video before the interview. Yeah, that was helpful, like really helpful.
I'm following
Did I
you
watch
from
the
a lot of
video?
years.
No, I didn't watch the video.
You didn't watch the video?
Just
No.
answered with one.
I was even in contact with him in 2021.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, we've been discussing on Instagram
Yeah.
for a long time. Yeah, I'm finally glad we have AbdulMuiz here. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this, then a sub to the channel would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. All right, now we are almost done. I think I have just 2 questions left. Before you went for the interview, how confident were you about the scholarship in general? Did you even expect to be called for interview? Like, were you surprised to see the interview email, or were you sure that, with my academic qualifications and my extracurricular activities and CV and this and that, I think I would be called? Like, can you tell us about your academic background and other things you feel like helped you get called for the interview? We'll start from Muhammed.
Okay, first of all, like after I completed high school, I started the university. So I really started medicine, to study medicine. And while applying to the scholarship, I was really like in my faculty studying and such thing. So after like applying and completing my application, I like forgot about it. Like I didn't know anything about it. Like just forget about it. And I think like it was some night, and I had a group in my Telegram. They were saying, the results are announced about the interviews and such thing. I checked my email, I found it. This wasn't expected. Because I forget about it. So like it was the thing like to complete my journey here in Libya, or like to use this opportunity and to live for the future. And I'm very happy like I chose this opportunity. Yeah.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thank you. What about you, Bakhrombek?
I honestly were like, I was pretty confident that I would get the scholarship. I think I had good stats. Like I had graduated from an international school. I had taken A-levels. I had IELTS, SAT, and pretty like certificates, volunteering experience. So yeah, I was pretty sure. That wasn't that unexpected.
That's good. So you had written A-levels.
Yes.
I see. And did you ask your friends, those who were also invited to the interview, if they had some international exams? Do you have any idea?
Some of them I think had SAT, but I'm not sure about the A-levels.
Okay.
Like I didn't have any international exam, but like I had the high school. I graduated the first at Libya.
In Libya?
Yeah, I got the first place.
MashaAllah. Wow. Congratulations.
Nice.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah. Even before the application period, I was very confident that if I will apply, I will be among the winners, inshallah. And I prepared all my application very well. Like I tried to make every section of the application strong. I had a lot of voluntary activities, a lot of certificates, and cultural activities and things like that. And also the extracurriculars were very good. And I wrote a letter of intent very good. And my academic background was very well. Like I got A grade in the last 6 years continuously, and also I had international exam TOEFL, and all these things were very good for me. I think that's why I was very confident. And during the whole evaluation period as well, I was very confident, and a lot of my friends were saying that why are you waiting for just this opportunity? Why are you not applying to other scholarships? Even I didn't apply in any university in my own country as well.
Really?
I was that much confident.
Wow.
So, yeah. This is the only scholarship that I applied, and I was waiting for that day to receive the email, and yeah, I got on 11th position.
Great. Okay, I see you guys are all confident, mashallah. Mr. Mfundo, what about you?
For me, I think similar to Muhammed, I just applied. It was like in January, that the applications were, and then I just forgot. And you just apply, you forget. And at that point, I wasn't really, invested or thinking about it. At some point, middle of the year, April, May maybe, my mom just asked, "Oh, how did that go?" And I'm like, "Oh, actually, let me check." And they hadn't been out yet, so I was like, "I'll tell you, I guess." And I receive an email. They say, "Oh, there's interviews." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I went there confidence. I can't say if I was not confident or confident. I think I was pretty indifferent. I didn't mind too much either way. I just went there, went to the interview, and I talked to the interviewers, and here I am.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so far, I believe you'll be studying in Turkish?
English.
English?
Yes.
Turkish.
Turkish.
Sorry with that.
English.
Okay. So, you guys are all in Tomer. The lowest level here is B1, which is, I think, the core of the Turkish language.
Yeah, grammar, right?
How are you finding it? In one simple sentence, I want you to tell me, this is my experience learning Turkish since September, October, I believe.
October.
So I'll start from Mr. Mfundo.
My experience in one sentence.
Okay, let's remove the constraints.
Let's remove the constraints. I think simply put, I guess if you don't practice, you're gonna struggle. And I haven't really been practicing, so for that reason I'm struggling. But I'm moving along. I guess I'm lucky. I'll keep taking my luck.
How are the teachers? Do you think
teachers?
they are actually teaching well?
Some of them obviously are, better than others.
Okay.
To put it like that. But I've had a good experience overall. They're all good people. The teaching. Yeah, there's no story.
What about you, AbdulMuiz?
It's also difficult for me, but I don't think so. We should compare ourselves to others. The other students are doing good. They have skills to learning language, because language is a skill. It's not like biology, mathematics, and chemistry. Everyone has a different ability to learn and to put yourself in that environment to learn that language easily. So it's different. It's different for everybody. So that's why I don't just practice a lot and speak with the native speakers. So this is how you can develop your Turkish language. The only solution.
How are you practicing, by the way?
I only put efforts on the weekends.
With Abla Merhaba.
Yeah, you can say.
What about you, Muhammad?
When I say something you will hear this sentence or these two words a lot here when you come to Turkey, inshallah. Kolay gelsin. It is. May it comes easy. May it comes easy, inshallah. But by practicing, anything can be good, inshallah.
Can be good. Nice. Muhammad practices a lot, each time.
No, I do nice.
He's always speaking Turkish.
Some days I think I know Turkish. Some days I think I do not speak Turkish. It depends, with the person I'm talking with,
Okay.
What about you?
It's fun. I like it. Especially I like my class. We have people from different countries. It's so diverse. So that's what I like about the learning Turkish. The people.
Yeah. I see. So I can imagine when some guy from maybe Pakistan is trying to speak with some guy from Nigeria, and he's like, Ben. We are trying to bring out the words, but it's not coming. I know that experience. Is that what you're referring to?
Not exactly, because most of us are gonna study in English, so we all speak English. We don't really practice Turkish.
No, that's not allowed.
I know, right? Teachers hate us for that. The teachers hate us for that. But the people are interesting, like really interesting human beings, I would say.
I see.
Like they're nice, friendly, different. Like I want to point that out. Like they're different, so that's what I like about our class. And they're fun, interesting. You'll never bored with them.
All right, I'm glad you guys are gradually adjusting to the lifestyle here in Turkey.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, now to finalize this, I would like you guys to please give 1 or 2 pieces of advice to everyone watching you regarding their interview, and just tell them what they can do better to increase their chances or to perform well at the interview. Maybe 2-3 sentences from everyone, and then we'll round up. So we can start from Bakhrombek again.
I think I'm gonna repeat that you have to be honest, be confident. There's nothing to worry about. Just be yourself. It's gonna be fine. They want the real you.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much, Muhammed.
Just go for it. You can do it. Maybe now you are watching us here. Next year maybe you're here. You can do it. Waiting for you.
Waiting for you. I just remembered one question. Did they ask you about your previous university during your interview?
No, but they had a comment about my school. My school, they say I graduated from the Center of Gifted in Libya. And this school is a public school, but it can be entered by doing a IQ exam. So not like it has some specialties. That's why they noticed this, and it had a positive impact on the interview. But they didn't care about my university that I'm studying in or such thing.
They didn't know about it?
No, I told them, and they know it because it was in the application.
It was in the application. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, no problem. So they didn't ask about it at all?
As I know, or as I remember now, no, they didn't ask about it.
All right. Were you also in university before coming?
No. I even didn't complete my high school at that time.
Oh, you completed your high school and then you came?
Yes.
So you can apply before.
I was having my final exams at the time. My interview date was the similar that my final exam was held, and then I emailed them the time is coinciding and you should change the date, and then they changed the date for that.
They did?
Yes,
wow,
they
that's
did.
good. That's good. And what about you?
I had just finished my bachelor's, so but they didn't mention it.
They didn't mention it. All right. Now let's go back to our advice.
I think right now, the evaluation time period, students should focus on the preparation of interview and also the mathematics test, and those who are going to study mathematics here in the course. And the test is very compulsory for them, so they should practice the type of the questions Turkiye Burslari usually uploads a sample paper on the website. So first of all, everyone should analyze the type of the questions that are coming in the test and also the pattern of the exam. According to my experience, I think the test was really similar to JOS exam. So practice the past papers of JOS exam. This is how you can get experience to that type of questions, and also write all the answers to all possible questions of interview that can come in the interview. Practice all the questions. Have mock interviews with anyone in the house or your friends. So also before going to the interview, you should review the application summary and the letter of intent. You should be clear about your future goals and what are you going to do in the 3-4 years after coming here in Turkey. Everything should be cleared in your mind, and that's it. This is the way you can prepare yourself for the interview.
Thank you very much. That was packed. Very packed. Before we go to you, Mr. Mfundo, I want to ask about your letter of intent. Do you think it had a positive impact? How was it? Did you write something comprehensive? Bakhrombek?
I'm remembering. I'm trying to remember.
I wrote something.
The thing is, I applied on the last day, on the last 2 hours, so I wrote it really fast.
I applied in the airport, man. In an airport.
I do remember though. I think it was good. I wrote about why I wanted to study in Turkish. In Turkey, like I wrote about how our cultures are similar and how I'm interested in culture and how this university and how those program is like good for me. So it was specific. It wasn't like vague.
I see. Even though you wrote it at the last minute, it was still compact. All right. What about you in the airport?
In the airport, like you need in my letter. I had a specific goal, like, which was like to enhance the medical system in Libya and such thing. So this is important because, like, by showing this, you're indicating what is your future about. Also, you need to introduce yourself not by your name in the letter of statement because they know it by your application, but like by your character. Like for me. I talked about chemistry, biology, such things, how like I was in these subjects because they are related to medicine. I talked about like why did I choose to study medicine, and like for me it's good like to after writing the your letter of statement to show to some people like your teachers, your friends. Like people who know and can give you some comments about your letter, like it will be good.
That's right. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. I remember I started my letter of intent with a life story and an anecdote about my life that I joined Army College in Pakistan and the reason why I left that college. So that was the paragraph. The first paragraph contained that information. After that, I wrote about my social and academic experiences and the competitions that I won and all the experience I had about related to my degree. Yeah. In the third paragraph, I wrote about the goals of the next 4 to 5 years and the long-term goals, short-term goals, these things I mentioned and the way I am going to achieve those goals. So this was the structure of my letter of intent. In the last, I wrote a paragraph about why I am gonna study in Turkey and why I want to study about this in this scholarship. So this was the structure of my letter.
That's great. Mr. Mfundo?
On the letter or on the advice? Both?
I'm so sorry. Okay, let's start with the letter.
Regarding the letter, I actually don't recall having to write a letter of intention at all. I don't think I had one. I did have to write a proposal, though, a research proposal. So that is something I wrote, and I guess I was well equipped, having had to do that in my bachelor's a couple of times as well. So I wrote that. I think it was fairly standard, fairly simple for me, at least. So yeah, no letter of intent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's come to the advice.
Advice? I think the guys cover it really well. Prepare yourself best you can, and just believe in yourself. Be confident. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Don't worry.
No matter how it goes, you'll be fine. And that's it, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you deciding to join me on this episode.
Of course.
And I believe you guys have gained a lot from their experiences. I don't know. The truth is that we did not plan this. We just wanted to make it as natural as possible so that we actually connect. I've never heard of their experiences. I've never asked them, even though our rooms are just 2 doors away. And I'm glad we had this. I've learned a lot, and I believe you guys have also had so much to take away from them. Thank you very much, guys. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye. Now, before we go, we're going to take thumbnail picture together. Carlos, Lutfen. I think the phone should be dead by now.
Dead?
Yeah.
I mean, it's charging.
From overheating.
Ah,
Çok şükür. I was having